What's up, YouTube? How are you all doing? What's going on? It is the start of the summer. It is the start of the summer. And I got my iced tea with me. Sun is out. Guns are out. Couldn't be more happy. Couldn't be more excited. Couldn't be more thrilled. Couldn't be more jazzed up. I am kicking and I am rocking and I am rolling. How about you guys? How about you guys? You guys doing all right? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. So this is just been a long time coming. The channel, I'm having fun with it. And I'm having a good time with it. It's been cool just getting my thoughts out there. Just thinking about certain things, sharing my ideas, sharing my thoughts, sharing my goals. And it's been fun. I like doing it. This will always, just let everybody know how I feel. It just leads me into my, this week's topic. Something that I've been, really been tuning into, and that is the Bronny James situation. Hey, I think we got something going on here with Bronny James. I do. I think we have something going on with Bronny James, LeBron James's son, right? I know he doesn't want to be referred to as LeBron James's son, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing, Bronny. Bronny James. Okay, so let's take a look at this. I've been following him. I have to say I've been following him since he was about 12. He's YouTube, he really started coming across the airways for his basketball abilities since about 6th grade. Looks like he's been playing on some pretty good teams. Been showcased on some pretty good tournaments. And he's really getting an unfair scope. Being the son of the king. It's hard. It's hard for a guy under that type of pressure, in the media realm. But I try to look past all of that with him. I try to look past all of it, and I just try to evaluate his ability. And what I've seen is good stuff. Does he have some areas to improve? Absolutely. But do you see where he could fit in? Absolutely. And so too many people get caught up on the negative sometimes. And when you see somebody who comes from such notoriety as he does, that, sometimes it's easy to overanalyze and over-criticize, because of the bracket he just falls into, and that's kind of life. That's just kind of how things go. That happens in all forms of life, honestly. you fall into things. You fall into things, and Bronny James is no exception. He's treated no different than us, than the everyday citizen who doesn't play in the NBA and that isn't a professional basketball player. So to say that he's being treated differently, I don't know. I don't necessarily think that's a true assessment. I don't, because when you are put in a bracket, or when you fall under a network, when you're born into something, then obviously you have a legacy to continue. You have you have tools that have been given to you, and that's what I really appreciate about Bronny James, is with the tools that he's been given, he's made the best of them. And that's why I do believe, and I do feel as if he deserves this, and I do believe that he deserves a NBA roster spot right now. I do. It can be argued whether he's a first rounder, a second rounder, priority free agent, G League, two-way contract. That all can be argued. I'm not denying that. But when you just look at the raw tools, there's not a lot of guys. There's not a lot of 6'2" guards with 40-inch verticals. There's not a lot of guys, 6'2" guys with 6'8" wingspans. There's just not a lot of guys with a pure jump shot like that. There's not a lot of guys who can jump out of the gym that way. So when you look at all the measurables, when you look at the abilities he has flashed, does he need to be a little bit more consistent offensively? Heck yeah, he does. Yeah, and there's no doubt about that. His shooting, his percentage, needs to be a little better. He needs to handle the ball a little bit better. But a lot of people get too caught up in offense. A lot of people get too caught up in, that. If you really look at LeBron, I know we don't want to be bringing up LeBron here too much. I know Bronny doesn't want that. But if you look at LeBron James, okay, LeBron, one of the attributes about LeBron James is his all-around game. They've known that that's been the thing about Bron since 2003, was he wasn't just a scorer. He wasn't just a shooter. LeBron could do everything. And LeBron was known as a great passer. LeBron was known as a great defender. He was known as a great rebounder. And so if you come down in generation, his son fills a lot of those same attribute marks. He really does. He really does. Is he the same body as LeBron? No, he's not. He's much smaller. But he is similar in ability, I believe. And so, I think I look at him as somebody who can contribute without necessarily being a superstar. And if you ask like any coach, if you ask any GM, that's what they love, actually. That's actually what they love. They want to bring in a guy who understands his role. They want to bring in a guy who doesn't necessarily need to command 25 shots a game. They want a guy who's selfless. They want a guy who's willing to play defense. They want a guy that's going to rebound hard. They want a guy with a motor. They want a guy with quick feet. They want a guy with tenacity. They don't need another head case, because you get a lot of these college studs, right? You get a lot of these college studs who were averaging 18 and 6 in college. You know, you get a lot of these guys coming to the pro game who, you know, want to wear the Jumpman 23, and, you know, they don't end up a lot of them don't end up making it in the pros. And I think we as fans, we get too caught up in averaging 20. We get too caught up in, you know, who's getting the shoe deal. That shoe deals and averaging 20 don't win championships. Believe it or not, because there's a lot of players that have shoe deals. There's a lot of players averaging 20 who aren't getting rings, right? So, we need to build a team. We need to build a franchise, and we need to put players on our team that are going to fit in and understand what it takes to be a professional. And that's one thing out of all the prospects that are coming out this year, name one prospect who understands the process more than Bronny James. I'm listening. Name one prospect who has the experience to withstand the pressure of a Bronny James. Name one prospect who's been through that. I'll wait. Okay? So I've seen some other superstars. I've seen Bronny James deserves to be in the NBA. Okay? Let's just get that straight. And it's just going to be interesting to see who takes him. I want to know who's going to. I would love if the Lakers took him. Jeanie Buss. I would love if you got LeBron James's son. Pardon me. I would love if you got Bronny James on the Lakers, Jeanie Buss. I would love to see that. I would enjoy seeing that. What do we got to do that? What do we have to do to make that happen? The whole first round stigma, that's interesting in itself. But, whatever you got to do, whatever you got to do to get Bronny James in a roster, in an NBA roster to be a part of your franchise, to help your team, to play your role, to do the defense, to play the defense. I would be thrilled to see it. I would be thrilled to see it. I would love to see a Bronny James dunk in a Laker NBA uniform. He can get up. I could see Bronny James in a dunk contest possibly. I could see him in a dunk contest. He's got a nice shot, man. Bronny James has a nice looking shot. I think he's going to be a great defender in the NBA. You can put him on the other team's point guard to say, Bronny, I need you to go play defense. I need you to go pick up Bronny. I need you to go pick up full court. Bronny, I need you to go pick up Chris Paul full court right now. You guys think that could be effective? I think it could be. I think you bring in Bronny as a 6th or 7th man. Bronny, I need you to go play hard defense and spells right now and rebound, Bronny. I think it could be good. So, just that athleticism is special, you guys. That athleticism is special. And, let's see what he can do. I'm excited to see it. NBA draft is coming up soon. Oh yeah, by the way, we have the NBA Finals game tonight. Dallas and Boston. The first game was interesting. I watched a little bit of it. Boston has a squad, but damn, Luka's been doing his thing. Shout outs to Luka for doing his biz. Kyrie has been the man as usual. But damn, Boston is tough, man. Boston is loaded. They were a team that was loaded and got even more loaded. But yeah, comment in the section below. Bronny James to the Lakers. Bronny James in the first round. Bronny James NBA draft. Let me know. Bo Show. Follow, hit that subscribe button. Like, let me know. Holler.